Hi everyone, welcome back to Empowering the Artist Within, the space for creativity, self-expression and personal growth. I'm Liz Ross and I'm here to inspire and uplift you through meaningful conversations and powerful affirmations. Today I'm joined by a wonderful guest. Matija is the founder and director of MASA UK Gallery. In this conversation, we dive deep into what it really means to be an artist, from developing your skills and finding your voice, to the emotional courage it takes to share your work with the world. Matija brings such heart, wisdom and honesty about the artist-gallery relationship, the importance of showing up, and the beauty of art as a lifelong practice. I know this episode will leave you feeling incredibly inspired. So grab a cup of tea, take a deep breath, and let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode. I am so excited for today's guest. I'm thrilled to welcome founder and director of MASA UK Gallery, Matija.
Oh, yes, that's right. It's a pleasure to be with you. Yes, it's Matija.
Well, it's lovely to have you here. Thank you so much. And am I right in thinking that you launched the Berry Gallery in 2013?
That's right.
And then with the success of that, you've then moved into a shop in Altrincham as well.
Yeah, we had another gallery in Altrincham. Actually, it's kind of divided. Now I run the gallery, which is in Altrincham, and my son is running the Berry Gallery.
Fantastic.
So it's kind of two separate entities, but working with the joint force to support art and artists in the area. Actually.
Amazing. I love that. And I love that your son's taken over in Berry. That's fantastic. Yeah. It's really lovely to be able to welcome a local gallerist onto the show. And so thank you so much for being here. So for those people that don't know, it's Berry in Manchester, UK. That's where we are based. And yeah, it's just really important for me to be able to speak to local galleries, local artists, to promote the art within our area, as well as being kind of more nationwide and international as well. So thank you so much for being here. And before we get started, where can people find you?
Everywhere, of course, on social media, we have website, but we are really like to invite people to come in real.
Yes, okay.
And for the second, get out of the material world that we are all kind of drawn into and getting too busy, and step up into any gallery, really. So have a little bit food for thoughts and for heart.
Yeah, I love that. That's so true. It's so important to get out and actually visit the galleries. And I actually haven't been to your galleries, so that's going to be on my list to do, because that would be amazing. So yeah, definitely. What I'll do is I'll pop the addresses to the galleries in the show notes for people so that they can and have a look. But do you want to just mention your website and like your social handles just for people listening, and then I'll pop that in the notes.
It's a www.masa, MASA uk.co.uk, and if they Google that, it will lead us to it's MASA Art on Instagram and Facebook. They can follow us everywhere.
I'll pop all the links below. Just people are listening, they might want to go and have a look whilst they're listening at your gallery. So that's great. So I love to get started by finding out how people got started with art. What's the kind of their journey been? So I'd love to know, obviously, from a gallery point of view, and do you do any art yourself? And what's that kind of look like for you?
Yes, art is a nice way to express yourself, to release your energy, negative or positive, doesn't matter. Definitely. And to get lost completely in another world. I'm scientist. Physics is my subject, actually.
Wow.
And my master is in marketing and management. So that's why I'm using my logic and marketing skills to honestly help the creative people, the artists. Yes, we work with different profile of artists, regardless if they're professional ones who do art as a career, Some of them have science, art background, educational background. They have studying at university or college. Some of them are just self-taught artists that we also appreciate, equally. But many of those self-taught artists are really close with the knowledge to those who has degrees, because they really educate themselves in different technique, in even the theory of art, and I'm really fascinated by many of them. So yeah, also we have different branches artists who have, for example, degree in architecture or something similar, and
Wow.
they always loved art, so the drawing and precision in what they do help them to create fantastic artwork. And also,
Yeah.
I need to mention we do have many doctors, professional doctors, who are pursuing art career maybe after they retire, or yeah, no,
Wow. So really varied.
yeah, yes, true. We also have. I would like to mention
Yeah.
our aim is to support local artists, really high profile, good quality artists always, and to get their art from the attics, from the some basement or room where they keep them for ages, and bring them in front of the eyes of the wide audience of the art lovers. And I would like to say that we succeed that all over 13 years dealing, doing 12 years with art. Yeah, maybe not financially for us as much as managing to really showcase variety of artwork in front of the art lovers. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you said that about getting it out of the attic or out of the house. And
Yeah.
there are so many artists, me included, who, we work for so long, and I think your idea of approaching a gallery seems so scary, and you feel like your
Yes.
work has to be
Yeah.
of a certain standard. And I don't know that we even really know what that standard is that we're kind of waiting for. And so you do just keep your work for years and years before you let anyone see it. So I love that you kind of brought
Yeah.
that to attention.
And yeah, when you mention standards, as I said, supporting local artists in our galleries, but we also have high profile art, international artists. And we like that mix because it's kind of stimulating for the artists, motivating to see their artwork, even they might treat themselves as amateurs,
Yeah.
next to the high profile artists. And it's we like that concept. We know that artists struggled in the beginning. If I can say how we started actually with the gallery
Yes,
thing.
absolutely. Please
Yeah.
do.
When we came here, having in my mind my marketing background, I
Yeah.
just wanted to help few artists from that I already knew. Some of them were from Macedonia, some of them from Croatia, to promote, because I always love art, to promote their artwork here in Britain. That was we've been here for more than 20 years. We came because my husband is consultant radiologist, so he was invited by NHS, and I find myself, to need to find my way here.
Yeah.
So I brought two actually artists, and I had exhibition for them in another gallery in Ramsbottom, and then I realized actually how many great artists are around. And when I wanted to help some of the artists who are local ones and the artists who I already worked with to find place to exhibit it somewhere in Manchester, for example, I realized it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Here in our gallery, you can see 90% are originals, only originals. This lady who is behind me, she's having exhibition in Berry, Jo Morton, an
Fantastic.
incredible lady who couldn't be professional artist all the way through her life. She needed to work other things, but she created something which is really, really incredible. And as I said, for many, many years, her work was somewhere in the shed and everywhere. And I'm so happy to present her work here. I would really like to invite everyone in Barry or from a wider area to come up and see her work and show her appreciation.
That's
And don't be
incredible.
afraid to get to the gallery, because you don't need to buy or purchase artwork. Sometimes is enough. Write few words in the board we have. How do you feel? And every little
Oh,
helps now. I'm
absolutely.
kind of,
Especially as an artist, to
yeah, yeah,
just to have somebody comment. You don't, like you say, it's not just about buying the work, it's about showing up, it's about connecting, and it's about letting the artist know how they feel about your
that's
work.
right. Yeah.
And is that exhibiting at the moment, Joe's
It
work?
is at the moment. Yeah.
Fabulous. And we'll put all
We're
her
just
links.
waiting for her to feel better. She
Oh,
lives in Scotland now and come here to, to enjoy the art appreciations of the local art lovers. Yes.
absolutely. I love your passion so much. And I think that it's really refreshing to speak to somebody who, I mean, I'm not, obviously this is a new podcast. I've not had lots and lots of guests on. I can't say that, I've spoken to lots of gallerists. I haven't, but it's really refreshing to have that point of view, somebody who's really passionate about bringing artists into the world so people can see their work, and it not necessarily being somebody that's already proven themselves. It's about actually showcasing people's talent and
Yeah, we like everybody who is who deserves. Many people are having talent and love towards art, but what is really important is work. We have artists who are part of having that talent. They put so much energy. They work every single day to create beautiful pieces of work. Something, they will make a stamp in the history, one day. Doesn't
yeah,
matter if they will be gonna become very famous and their work will worth millions. Or that's totally irrelevant for us. What is relevant, they will take the piece of nowadays living, frame it, and keep it forever for next generation who are coming to say, "Wow, that was done so many years, ago." It still witness the moment of leaving then,
yeah.
2025 or whatever, and that is, yeah, we feel blessed doing this, helping those things to be seen and to hopefully one day to make the artists rich while they are alive.
Yes, I mean that's the dream.
Yeah.
I just think that's so beautiful. It's such a wonderful mission, and it's so lovely to hear that, you are just so excited about allowing this work to be present in the world. And I love that idea of that moment in time being captured
Mm.
and us not hiding that away. And I think it's just a really kind of lovely mindset shift for artists to actually think about the fact that their work can capture that moment and people should really enjoy it, and we shouldn't
Mm.
keep it close. We should try and get it out there.
Also giving, inspiring the artists, really. That's what I like. It is one of my goals.
Yeah.
When they have go, I will look at their artwork, and I'm getting very excited with some of those artwork, telling them, yeah, all right, in 6 months you will have exhibition here. You wouldn't believe what's happening when they have that goal in their life.
Yeah,
This is in front of me. I just have to show it. Can you see
please.
it visible like this?
Yes, I've had a look at this
Can
artist.
you see these crazy things there, like
Yes.
Cohen? That was, she had exhibition previously, but she will be also. We will take some of her work to Manchester Art Fair. She was professor at the university, but she hasn't been exhibiting for more than 20 years.
Wow.
She created so many artworks since we agreed to work together
Yeah,
until her fantastic exhibition. It was so visited and everything at Altrincham Gallery.
yeah.
She created so many fantastic pieces of work you wouldn't believe. I
Amazing.
mean, she was just happy that her work, after so many years, being seen again, being on the gallery walls.
Wow.
So yeah, it was fantastic thing, and unfortunately, not many people came after the preview to see, to appreciate it, and that's very painful for me and for
Yeah.
artists. When they don't sell enough, when they don't, think that her work is appreciated as much, and
Yeah.
they have to be because they're all really, really good artists.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's part of the difficulty as well, isn't it? Trying to kind of
Mm.
promote and, like you say, get people through the doors
Yeah,
to look.
that's why me and you, we need to do everything we can just to spread this voice and ask people to get to the galleries.
Yeah,
It's doesn't matter if they are able to buy something or not. So over the years, I'm happy to say that we kind of created little art collectors from the normal people, I would say, giving
yeah,
them a chance to pay in installments, little by little. Some
yeah,
of them are paying all through all the year, but they
yeah.
are buying. They created their little space magic with having originals on their walls.
I think it's a really important point because you have got that kind of triangle of the artist, the gallery owner, and the collectors or buyers. And like we said at the beginning, with artists having these kind of like thoughts about whether or not they can approach galleries and if their work's at a high standard. Also, as a buyer or a collector, people also have this mindset around, well, I'm not a collector of art or it's too expensive, or but actually, there are ways of being able to incorporate art in your house without having to buy a very expensive piece. And I think certainly supporting local artists is one of those ways. I create a lot of digital work, and that way I am able to sell that at a lower rate than I would for my
Yeah,
original,
yeah,
rightly or wrongly, because actually it's still original artwork.
yeah,
It's created obviously in the same way, but I think there are ways of us lowering that barrier to entry for people so that they can begin collecting from kind of like a lower standpoint. And it's like you said, us having these conversations, having the podcast, trying to kind of
that's right. Yeah.
get to more people is really helpful for people to kind of think, oh, actually, I could visit a gallery. Maybe there is something that maybe I can just go and enjoy that for a while, or maybe I would be
Of
able to
course.
just buy a
Yeah.
small piece and make a really lovely area in my home. And it might be something people have never thought about before.
That's right, because you will be surprised. Sometimes we're using different tricks actually to invite people into the galleries, and they will kind of communicate some piece of art. They communicate with other with visitors. They say, "Oh my God, I really like those. I can feel it. I want it in my house." So we can
Yeah.
always arrange how they can pay. We can always do something that will be with us almost lifelong, and make us happy every morning. I'm waking up and seeing some of the original work that I know it's only me who own that piece of work. And I'm working really hard to have it on my wall. It makes everybody happy, not just artists, but those who own their work forever in the, after that, after they purchase it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful kind of thought that I really, really love. And I just want to kind of bring to light what you've said that, as an artist, our love is the making of the work. And I know that people can feel, me included, maybe a bit more uncomfortable about the pricing situation, about putting your work out there, marketing it, trying to sell it. But when you think about the joy that you've had creating that piece of work, and from the way you speak, you can hear it in your voice. You have that joy when you see people's work. And if we don't put our work out there and we don't allow people to purchase it or galleries to exhibit it, we're denying people of that feeling that we have when making it for them to have when they own it or see it in a gallery, because it is seeing something in person, that special connection, like you say, and it talks to you, and that beautiful feeling when you see it and how happy it makes you. And especially, as you said, if it's something that you've worked really hard to just kind of maybe put a little bit of money away for, and it becomes something really, really special to you. And that is such a lovely experience. And I think it's just really important to highlight that that's the experience that people can have when they purchase your work or when they come into your gallery.
Yeah, yes, and also the next generation that is coming, their children will inherit something beautiful as well, and they will share a kind of passion that the parents spent in that time when they were purchasing, and they will keep, that nobody will throw away original piece of work.
Absolutely. So
Yeah,
it
and
lives
some
on.
of them may achieve the glory of the, being famous like many other artists. You never know. But
Yeah,
I never say that should be leading point for people to purchase some artwork. They
yeah,
just
it's not the
need
goal.
to enjoy it on everyday basis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's lovely, and it's just such a it's yeah, it's just really lovely to kind of hear that as your as a gallery owner, that's your kind of mission
yeah,
to for people to just enjoy it. It's not necessarily about being famous, like you say, being a famous artist.
yeah. Or people who have money to, funds to buy original art. Many of them, they're looking for pieces that to be a proper investment.
Yeah,
Let's enjoy. Let's buy something. You can feel the brushstroke. You can feel originality. But find something that will make you happier every day. That will communicate with you. If it becomes a famous artist worth million, fine. If not, you leave the moment with your original piece of work, and that's what matters. That's my opinion.
absolutely.
Maybe I'm wrong here.
No, I think that's a really lovely opinion. And I think that the idea of people, of collectors buying for an investment,
Mhm.
that's maybe part of the reason that artists do shy away from galleries. There are so many opportunities now for us to sell our own work ourselves. And I know a lot of people's viewpoint is not to approach galleries because they feel like that's the gatekeeper. They don't want to take the rejection of being of no because it feels personal.
Mm.
And I think that hearing from somebody like yourself that that's not the case, for you, and I'm not talking for everybody, but there will be gallery owners out there whose the most important thing to them is showcasing the artist, and it's not about choosing somebody that buyers will come for
Yeah,
an investment work. And I just think that's really, really lovely for people to hear.
yeah. In terms of what you're saying, there will always be artists whose work is not accepted.
Of
But
course.
it shouldn't discourage them,
Yeah,
because as much as we would like to present and showcase the all possible artwork, it is impossible.
of course.
We will always keep working with the artists.
Yeah,
So I wanted to say, artists, they shouldn't become discouraged and disappointed. They need to keep going to the
yeah,
galleries. At least they will have any kind of feedback in
yes,
terms of maybe what the expectation would be, or maybe the artists need to work a little bit more harder to get to that level to be presented
yeah,
at the gallery. However, keep doing what you're good doing, artists, and yeah, practice makes it perfect. It is applied to art as well.
yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. And I think it's so important, like what you said about, just keep going and you can get feedback. And actually, that's such good learning. And if you
Yeah.
don't apply, then you won't know that. And so you can't push
That's
yourself. And I think
yes.
that's really, really helpful.
And about digital art, you mentioned artwork. You mentioned a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, we all like original and everything, but sometimes, including myself, I was buying prints for many years before we get to the stage, to be able to afford a little bit of original.
Yeah.
It's still, or there is a high level of originality there as well, because yes, we know that artificial intelligence can create artwork, good artwork and everything. But I'm talking about digital artwork. You are doing it.
Yes.
Artists make the lines, whether it's with the pencil, brush, or mouse.
Yeah.
They're still creating it. There is a beauty in that as well. And the fact that you can produce it, print it, and make it final product to be more affordable for art lovers, that makes the digital artwork interesting as well, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. I think
To be educated also in that area. We all need to get more knowledge in that area, because it's not just saying, yeah, no, I just like original. Digital work is still computers thing. It is done on the computer, but it's the artist
I
work.
think
And
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting because I think that the problem with digital art is, like you say, I mean, the artwork that I create, I do on the iPad with an Apple Pencil. And of
yeah,
course, like you say, it's all my brush strokes. So
yeah,
just like working with a paintbrush, it's just a different tool. But
yeah,
there is obviously the difficulty of knowing how much of the artwork that you see, is it completely AI? Is it that people have
yeah.
incorporated a little bit of artificial intelligence? Is it that they've taken work from other artists and used it with their work, or is it completely their own? And I think that's where sometimes people just say, I'd prefer not to deal with digital art because it's too wide to kind of even know what
It's
I'm dealing with.
understandable. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's dilemma will always be there for all of us. The level of
absolutely.
artist input there and all those things. But we need, yeah, to live with that. Yeah, when we are talking about it, one of our regular artists, actually, I asked for this.
That's beautiful. Wow.
That's actually inspired by Picasso's black and white drawings.
Right.
Yeah, we visited
Yeah,
Picasso's exhibition in Rome, completely
amazing.
black and white. But I mean, it's inspired. It's not copy. He drew based on the what he was seeing, used Picasso's color, and it's still artist work. It's still his, drawing on iPad and putting the colors, putting his signature. But it will be affordable. You
Yeah.
know, that's the balance.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I think that's what I kind of like about doing both. I do have that option
Yeah,
of create it because it's, even though it's original, because you're printing it out, you can then print more than one, and
yes,
therefore
yeah,
you can make it more affordable for people because it's not just one piece that someone's going to own, which obviously
yeah,
with original art, that's part of the reason why the price is
yeah,
higher, because there's only one of them.
yeah,
And that's obviously what draws people to buying original art. So I think there's a lot of conversation around it, and there's a lot
yeah,
to kind of think
yes, of
about.
course. It's
But
still about the everyone, the customer, to make decision what
oh,
they will prefer. But I will not say that I'm not supporter of digital artwork as well. David Hockney with all things like that. But yeah, but also what I would like to say, go to the galleries, look at with your eyes each of these artworks, show appreciation toward the artist, and if you can, please purchase something.
yeah,
Help them, help us, help everybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely,
So
definitely.
that's why I would like really to invite everyone to the gallery in Altrincham to see another legend, Julian. Yeah, Julian Les, who is really incredible. And he hasn't been exhibiting for many, many years. When I saw his work in his, shed,
Yeah,
I thought we have to just take it out and show it in front of the people. It's
wow.
incredible. You will see. You're welcome also to visit us.
Yes, yeah, I would
It'll
love
be
to come.
fantastic.
That
Yeah.
would be fantastic.
It'll be 4 weeks. Four
Week.
weeks at the gallery, so
Yeah.
everybody will have chance to visit it and
Amazing.
enjoy the incredible work. Some of the work I just want to mention,
Yeah.
which is one of my personal favorite, was created when he was 35, 36 age one. And it was kind of presenting where he is, his past, and his future. He created the painting thinking, that kind of, and hoping he will live after 70s to witness that painting. Julian is over 80. I will not mention exactly his man, so I cannot, right? Over 80s now. He's still winning the marathons running.
Oh my goodness, that is
Yeah,
amazing.
he lives in Sale,
How
Altrincham.
inspiring.
Yes.
Yeah.
And fascinating, young man. And
Incredible.
looking at that painting, it's just so inspiring, seeing
Wow.
the history, traveling through the time.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
might have to get him on the podcast. He sounds like a very big inspiration.
very big, very.
Incredible.
So, yes, that's the beauty of job I'm doing, and
Yeah.
I love it. I love what we do.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we always also like to support the local society. Doesn't matter if we are in Bury or in Altrincham.
You've got you're exhibiting at Manchester Art Fair in a couple of weeks as well, aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
So and do you go to that yourself, to the artists?
Yeah. I'm going there for 3 days. It's a not easy job to do. Me and my son will be there, and my daughter, and some
Family
of the
affair.
artists, of course. And yeah, it's a great event. I would
is.
suggest everybody who can to visit it. There are so many visitors, and at the moment, so many artists individually going there.
Yeah.
It's a kind of celebration for eyes, for heart, and soul.
It's a really lovely event,
Yeah,
and there's always lots of fantastic art, and it's
it's
something
good
I
to
really
be
enjoy.
there. Yeah,
But yeah, I can imagine as somebody who has a stand, it's a lot of work.
hard work. Yes.
Yeah. But yes, I'll put the links to Manchester Art Fair as well.
Yeah.
And again, if anyone doesn't know anything about it or wants to pop down, it really is a lovely
Yeah.
event.
Just also to mention, very important thing for us, it's the Artex Biennale upcoming, as you know already.
Yeah, so this is your open call, your one that
Actually, the call for artists ends today.
yeah.
No, yesterday it ended actually. So we have a lot of artists that applied and that will be part of that. The exhibition, the big preview, will be on the 5th of December.
Okay.
And just before the Christmas, it will end. So please don't go everywhere for your Christmas gifts. Come to the galleries.
On to MASA UK Gallery.
My art gallery. Enjoy the beauty of art, the artwork. Show the art appreciation to the fantastic artist, and make your present gift for Christmas be something very unique. Yes.
Absolutely. What a lovely idea. And about how many of you artists will you have exhibiting in that?
I have about 30 artists at the moment, so more than 120 artwork, but we will make a selection, not us, but three high profile artists. One of them is Julian, and Kate Collins, which is incredible artist that we work with. Really, really good one, very special. She paints on China.
Wow.
It's just really cool. I'm saying she's a local Marc Chagall. And they will make decision and make which artwork will be accepted. And we will do our best to place each artwork quite visible and accessible for all art lovers during the December. Yeah.
Fabulous. And that will be in your Altrincham gallery?
In both galleries, and we are working on place also somewhere else, but we still haven't got confirmation to make it closer maybe to Manchester. Yeah.
Lovely. Oh, that's fantastic. And again, just for people that maybe don't know, so an open call is where you take applications from artists that you don't know or haven't
Mhm.
necessarily had in the gallery before, and anyone can enter. I've entered. So I will be letting people know how that goes. And yeah, it's a really nice kind of opportunity for people to approach galleries in a way that feels comfortable to us, because obviously an application process, and you don't feel like you're, let's say, intruding, or you're not quite sure how to approach a
Mhm.
gallery. So open calls are quite a good way when you feel ready to be able to put your work forward. And like you say, if you're not successful, often it is difficult to get feedback, because if you've got a lot of artists who are submitting, it is
Mhm.
quite hard to offer them feedback. But I think even with that, I think you can learn so much as an artist by putting your work out there, even if it doesn't get accepted. And you just, like we said earlier, you just kind of keep
Yeah.
going until you're maybe at the standard where things are are accepted, or it's the right piece of work for the gallery, or that kind of
Yeah,
thing. So
that's right. And you cannot become overnight artist.
absolutely,
You
yeah.
have to work, 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 and study. There is so many online classes now where you can learn a lot of skills, try to apply it, and yeah, one day I will see the work on our walls here in the gallery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but,
and
I
and
just wanted to say that about this art biennale, it's
yeah,
based on quite a big experience behind. We organized 2 years in a row, big, very art fair. I don't know if
yeah,
you remember.
yes,
It was in our gallery and also in the Fusilier Museum.
yeah,
It was really big event. And last year, before Christmas, we had an affordable art fair here
okay,
for paintings, which were just from 50 to 350 pounds. And it was really, really successful. Really
yeah,
successful.
good.
We had artists from the youngest artist were I think 14 years old.
Wow,
She sold as well because she was really
amazing.
yeah up to 84 years old artists. It was a
Incredible.
variety of artwork and stages and themes and yeah. But it was again celebration of life and beauty and art.
Yeah, that's so
Hope
lovely.
this one will be as well.
Yes, I'm sure,
Yeah.
absolutely, I'm sure, and I'm excited to come and see it and see all the wonderful work. It's really wonderful. And I was just going to say, you mentioned this just now and earlier as well, how sort of self-taught artists you have alongside artists that have had a degree, or an educational background. And I'm so pleased that you mentioned that, because I think that there are a lot of us that come to art later in life, and we have taken a lot of online courses, and we are doing our own kind of background work. And people say that they're self-taught, but I have a bit of a problem with that, because if you're taking online courses, that you're not teaching yourself, you're still
Yeah.
being taught by a
Yeah.
teacher. So I think there's a bit of confusion around that kind of term. and i
Mhm.
and I just think it was really lovely that you hold artists that don't necessarily have a degree in art or that kind of educational background in as high esteem as those that do.
Well, Da Vinci didn't have education in art.
Sorry.
Da Vinci or Michelangelo, they didn't have.
There you
Uh,
go.
I mean,
Yeah,
they learn
absolutely.
from somebody just like you or somebody else are going to the courses, and
Yeah,
learn.
and you
And
learn.
and nothing wrong to say self-taught because you are teaching yourself. You don't go to university for different reasons where professors are pushing you to learn. You're pushing
Choosing.
yourself,
Yeah,
to find the tutors, to learn and to study. The
yeah.
only difference I would say is that amount of work. That's sometimes for galleries and everything thing means that yeah, if somebody studied at university, they are pushed to do so much, so big amount of work,
Mm,
painting, drawings, and everything, and that's how their skills are improving.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But if some of the artists who is self-taught is doing the similar amount of work, yeah, the results would be there. You wouldn't say you wouldn't be able to say this one is coming from the university. This is self-taught artist, which is not really important at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's a like
Creativity
say,
and amount of work you put in it. That's what matters the most,
yes. Yeah. And the
in my
practice.
opinion. Yes, the
And
practice.
that, yeah. And so I wonder if you don't mind me asking this question, but what kind of like qualities would you be looking for? You said earlier that in an artist that you might take into the gallery, you're looking for good quality. And what do you kind of mean by that? What kind of things might you be looking for?
Well,
What
that's
skills?
just what I said.
Okay.
Have
So the amount of practice
plenty of
shows.
work behind,
Yeah.
and that is visible after many years working with artists. You can feel it, you can see, because
Okay.
I do some painting myself, but I will never exhibit my own work. To be honest, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Yeah. So it's kind of like almost like a bit of a feeling, like it's really intuitive to you.
Yeah, intuitive, and also, as I said, you can see feel the brushstroke after.
Yeah.
For somebody who has done 10, 20 paintings, and somebody who has done hundreds and thousands of paintings, it's
Yeah.
recognizable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really helpful and really lovely advice. Thank you so much.
Just show you and your,
Oh,
listeners. I don't know. Can you see it
amazing.
okay?
Yes, yeah, I love that you're showing all
That's
the
self
work.
that's self-taught artist.
Wonderful.
But the one who is Dave Coulter, self-taught artist. He used to paint radiators before he became a professional artist. Now he's everywhere. He is
Such a
such an
talent.
appreciated artist, and we love him. We love his work. We exhibiting his work in both of the galleries. I wouldn't like to discourage or artists who are self-taught, but who are
Yeah.
putting effort in what they do and love.
Yeah.
Should
No,
be
I
love.
think that's
What I
really
would like to say for the end to the artist: do not paint whatever somebody wants to see. Do not paint something that has chance to be sold or sell well. Paint that's what is in your heart. Paint something that you really enjoy doing it, because at the end that's quite visible in your work, because
yeah.
it will be reflection of you, your personality. And when I want to buy something, when I look at something, I want to see that. I want to see the reflection of time we live in, abstract or realistic, semi-realistic way, doesn't matter, and the artist's feelings. So yeah, that's one of the tips I would like to give to
Yeah, no,
you.
I think that's a really, really good tip, and it's really important because people do often get caught up in that. They'll paint something, people say they like it, and then they decide that to kind of
Yeah,
go down that route because
and,
people like it, and it's got to be a true expression of
yeah.
yourself.
And I'll paint because this artist is painting that and it's selling. Don't try to copy. We all influence whatever we do by somebody else's who
Yeah,
is better and bigger than us. Doesn't matter. Influences are okay, but do not follow examples or whatever. Just be yourself. Express your feelings, your thoughts on the canvas, and make us enjoy in your work one day.
yeah, absolutely. That's lovely, and it's such a great tip. And there's just a couple of things that I would love to ask you before we finish. Any like mistakes that you commonly see artists make when they're approaching galleries or kind of trying? We've probably covered it a bit. Maybe, like you say, maybe they're just not ready, they've not put enough time in. But is there anything specific else that you can think of?
Well, I wouldn't say mistake or something. We are all entitled to doing mistakes. What we don't like as a gallery is when somebody come with a piece of work, can I exhibit this? It doesn't
No,
work
that's
that
a
way.
no, no.
No, no, no. Uh, Also, somebody start painting yesterday or last year or something. when I'm gonna be ready to paint, and it's difficult to exhibit. It's
Mm.
difficult for us to, tell them the truth. I'm the truth teller. Sorry, sometimes, it doesn't reflect well to the listeners. But yeah, sit on your chair, you warm up your brushes, broke so many of them by painting. Then we can talk
Yeah.
about exhibit. Give your work to your relative as a gift before you are ready to go to achieve that gallery standard.
Yeah, so start kind of putting yourself out there, showing your work,
Know
you know,
your work, see what your relatives, what your friends means about it. If some of them is ready to pay for your work, that's fantastic. That means they really like it. That's
yeah.
how it goes. And give it as a gift if you like, until you become professional. Then no, then give it to the gallery so they will sell it for you. Yeah,
Okay. No, that's great. And so obviously we know that we wouldn't walk into a gallery with a piece of artwork and say, please, can you exhibit? But what ways do you like people to approach? Obviously, we've talked about the open call, but if somebody was interested and they wanted to reach out, just send an email
yeah,
or
yes, that's what we always say to the artists. Really, there is almost no such a things like a bad artwork. Anything that is created by somebody, that means involves time, research, passion, love from the person who created it. So don't be ashamed to send it. We are always open to receive emails from the artists. Choose 3 to 5 pieces of the work that you mean that represent you the best, and send it with little bit of your background and your inspiration, something about you. And that's how you will be on our list. Maybe not now, maybe not this year, next year, but sometimes we are going back to the everybody who emailed us their work and contact them. How are you doing? Are you still doing your artwork? Send us some new work of yours to see. And that's how it is. And honestly, what we also like about your work, seeing artists growing, is
yeah,
seeing artists creating mature artwork, developing themselves. We still exhibit, and now we're expecting few pieces of some of the artists who we start with 13 years ago,
wow, that's
and
amazing.
seeing the process, how much they develop,
Yeah.
because they are doing it on everyday basis, and it's fantastic. We like that. We like showcasing again and again over the period of time, their artwork. Yeah, and
Yeah,
we,
and I think
yeah,
that's a really key point as well, because like you say, people are, the more you practice and the more time you put in, obviously
yes,
you're going to develop. And I think if people take like maybe a no and rejection as like really personal, then they're going to potentially stop, and maybe they're just not quite there yet and they just need
yeah,
to continue to develop. And even if they are there, like you say, you still are going to watch them develop and improve over the years. So I think that's a really, really key point for people to just have that confidence to just continue, because just
yeah,
because you're not necessarily ready yet, it doesn't mean you never will be. Or it might be that, you've got to find the right place for your work, because obviously not everybody, not every gallery owner is looking
yeah.
for the same thing. And that's also really important.
Lifelong learning.
Yes.
It's whatever we do in our life. It's a concept of living, concept of successful people, I would say.
Yes.
Whatever you were studying at the university, I was doing science, but I started working in company who appreciate my science degree because it was high-tech company, but I was in marketing department, so I needed to develop skills in marketing. I've done so many courses and postgraduate study in marketing and management courses. So that's how I excel what was expecting of me and what I was doing at that moment. That should be for everybody. We are all learning. And practicing yes, as
Yeah.
well, to
Yeah.
develop our skills. It's
Yes.
applied to the artist. You are not very special. You're just like every other profession, but your work is special. That you really have to put the brush on your canvas every day to get
Every
every single day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I just really love that. I think that is
Mhm.
absolute key. Constantly learning, constantly
Yes.
practicing, and those are the things that will get you there eventually. You just have to keep going and keep doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of what artists love. We love learning. We just want to. I know for me, I'm constantly trying different mediums because I just love doing everything. But equally, you need to then practice one to get good at it. There
Yeah.
is that kind of balance as well. So yeah, and the other thing I wanted to ask was, what do you feel makes like a good gallery artist relationship? Yeah,
Well, that's the main thing for us. We are building relationship even with the customers, to be honest. And for gallery to be able to work on long term with the artist, we just have to have that relationship between us. They are kind of our family, part of our family.
so gorgeous.
We know each other. We are talking to each other very often, even if they don't have their work at certain moment of time in the gallery. And every preview that we organize, we don't have to do that, but we do nice preview for each and every artist who exhibiting in our gallery. I personally prepare some things, food and everything that actually reflect the background of the artist. Depends where they are coming from. We had Spanish artists, we have coming from Scotland artists. I didn't make haggis, but something similar, typical for Scotland.
So
We have a
special.
glass of wine, and we really celebrate life.
Yeah. Oh, it
We
sounds
have
like
many
so
romance
fun.
happen, then the artists can meet each other, start life together. It's been a really, really good years working and doing all those art previews.
It
And
sounds like a community, like real, you're building a
every
community.
community, because we all have one thing that connects us, which is art. At the galleries, either art lovers, people who are visiting the galleries, and artists, which is the most important part of this kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. I'm so glad I asked that question because, to me, sort of connection and community are the most important things. And that's part of the reason
It's
why I wanted to
necessary. It
start.
should have the mutual trust and
Yeah,
believe in each other that we will do our best to represent their work and then to create even better artwork.
yeah. Amazing. That's absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. It's just been absolutely fantastic speaking to you. So inspiring. And I know that the listeners and artists and the audience listening will take so much away from this conversation. And
Thank you.
no, absolutely. Thank you so much. I would love, you've given so many tips and so much advice and so much information. But if there's kind of maybe like one tip or piece of wisdom that you'd like to kind of leave everybody with, is there anything else that you want to share?
Well, we covered almost everything. I just didn't
Okay.
mention we've been working. I don't know if you have heard about David Swedenbank. His sculpture is now on the line when you come from Greenmount to Westbury. There is a
Okay.
sculpture of his. Also,
Yeah.
there is a award now in the main gallery in his name.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Here in this gallery, we were celebrating his 90th birthday, 90.
Wow.
He
God.
appreciates so much us as a gallery and the effort we put to promote local artists. He was president of Berry Art Society after Lowry.
Big shoes to fill.
Big personality, big man. He really adores what we were doing here. And on his exhibition, his 90th birthday, I made cake with 90 pieces of little thing that symbolize his work. And
Wow.
it was promotion of his book. he passed away sadly. But last time when I was in his house, he said, "Oh, Matija, you need to knock harder. You know that I'm working." He was 93 then. "What are you working on?" He said, "I'm working on my next book and also cutting pieces of artwork that they will go into the book, making kind of collages, things like that."
Yeah.
So I'm just saying this example to mention that practice makes it perfect. He never stopped learning, he never stopped practicing until the end, really. 93, he was working on his second book.
What an
So
absolute
that hopefully this will be inspiration for all the artists and everybody who is doing any creative job, really. But it
yes.
was definitely big inspiration for myself. And every time when it was difficult with the galleries, it's not easy. I was thinking, oh my God, I have honor to present this person, and I've been honored to know all of you, so many artists around me. So I have to keep going. I have to make this gallery survive. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for all your work.
Yeah. You're welcome. And anytime.
And yeah, just thank you so much for all your kindness and information that you've kind of given us and your advice, because it is really inspiring. And, it's also really heartwarming to know that, you're just in the same way, kind of just trying your best to make the gallery work and to be able to support artists in the best way that you can, and also support yourself. So it is that collaboration between the two, the artist and the
Yeah.
gallery, and it's not something to kind of be scared of or nervous about. It can be a really lovely connection, and yeah, and
Also, yeah, that applies to the visitors.
yes.
We created all our galleries to feel homely. They don't need to be scared to come in, to sit here, have a coffee with me, and have a chat, regardless if they are able to purchase or not any artwork. Just go there, get in, enjoy, say, "I like this, I like that. Oh, that's fantastic. Maybe next time I will able to do it. I'll send my husband to buy that for my birthday," as we do already. I have cases like that many times. So yeah, because all this depends of the customers at the end. If they do, if they appreciate enough artwork to come to the galleries to purchase some of the artwork, they will enable us to keep doing what we are doing, to keep the galleries and help all of you fantastic artists. Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. So that is our plea to everybody listening. Please go and visit your local art gallery. If you are close to Manchester, come and visit MASA UK, either the Bury or the Altrincham ones. And Matija will be so happy to welcome you. And I'll pop all your event details in the description so that people
Thank
can
you so much.
see
Thank
what's
you.
happening.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, thank you very, very much. Thank you for spending this time with me on Empowering the Artist Within. I really hope that today's episode has left you feeling inspired and maybe even a little braver about showing your work, showing up to your local galleries, and taking the next step in your creative journey. If you enjoyed the conversation, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave a review, or share the episode with someone who might need it. Your support means the world, and it really does help this podcast reach more creatives like you. You can connect with me over on Instagram at Empowering the Artist Within. I really do love hearing from you. Until next time, keep creating, keep exploring, and most of all, keep believing in yourself.